Alrighty, so today's video is going to be a little bit of a complicated one. So I'm trying to get ready for deer season and don't have much time. Deer season starts in a week. So of course I shoot all the time and I put this off till the last second. We've been busy shooting our 6 Creedmoor and different things. But we're going to shoot our 6 ARC this year, I believe. And I had a viewer send me these 6mm Barnes LRXs, said he had too slow a twist, so he sent them to me and they look like they'd be perfect to use. Now, I've never shot these before, so our backup load that we're going to use is going to be our 103 grain ELD-X with 4166. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load up 10 rounds of 27 grains of 4166. Everything we're going to use is going to be our Hornady brass, our BR4 primers, and then 4166 we're going to load up at 27 grains. I shot this, I think it was about last year, about this time, and we shot a 5-shot group at 2678 feet per second, 9.3 SD, and a 0.68 inch group. So this is kind of our backup load, so we're shooting this to basically get the gun sighted in, and if these Barnes don't shoot. Now, moving over to the Barnes LRX. Barnes does not show load data for 6mm ARC, so I kind of had to base this off of some of Hornady's data for the, I think the 90 grain GMX, because this is a copper solid bullet, I believe, and so we got to be a little careful with load data. Now, for some reason, Hornady only listed Varget in the bolt gun data, or sorry, in the gas gun data, and not in the bolt gun data. So we're shooting this in a bolt gun. So basically what I did was pick a load that was pretty close to the top of the gas gun data at 27.8, and we started there. Now I screwed up. I was going to load all the way up to 28.6, which we got, you guys will see, but that's too hot. So we're going to shoot 27.8 and 28.2 grains of Varget and the Barnes LRX. Both of these bullets were shot at about 20 thousandths off the lands. The LRX we shot at 2.3 cartridge overall length. So I know it's pretty complicated. It's a pretty interesting video in my opinion because we're shooting 2 different hunting combinations, but stay tuned. We're going to hit the range and we're going to shoot both of these combinations here. Alrighty, we're out here on the range. Target's at 100 yards. This is my 22-inch 6mm ARC, 1 in 7.5, I think twist. ARC and SH4 Gen 2, 6-24 optic. It's a little breezy, wind's blowing a little bit off the left, but we're trying to load up some hunting rounds here, so a little bit of wind's not going to hurt anything. I've got 2 different options on the table here. A load that I know I've shot before, the 103ELD-X, has shot pretty good with 4166, and then these Barnes LRXs that are kind of an experiment with Varget. Viewers sent them to me, so kind of wanted to test them out, but I have like no time. Hunting season starts 1 week from this morning. So that's why we're doing the 103ELD-X first, just to make sure that we can get the scope sighted in and make sure that we've got something if the LRX doesn't work out. So I believe this 6 ARC is clean. I've also got a different mag in here. I've got my 308 mag. It doesn't feed perfectly because it's a 308 mag, but it's a little bit smaller and it's plastic. It's a little lighter, so I don't know. We're going to see. I haven't used it in a long time. We're going to see how well it works. I may use it other than my my heavier. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. We're going to see how these shoot. Oh, great. So the first one. Okay, so maybe this was a bad idea. Yeah, probably a bad idea. I don't remember it having that much trouble feeding when I didn't have my 6 ARC mag, but that's probably a bad idea. Probably go get the 6 ARC mag. Alright, let's see how close she is to being sighted in. Lab radar is on. Yeah, that's, let me go get my other mag here. Apparently that was a horrible idea. Like I said, I used it in the past without huge issues, so kind of surprised that it wouldn't feed at all. We'll just single feed them here. Alright. Let's see. Need to dial the scope. Probably 1 click up to get us zeroed in. Alright, let me go grab my other mag. Alright, so I went and got the appropriate mag for this gun, and going to shoot 2 more here. We're going to move over to that next dot. I'm just going to leave the lab radar armed, and we'll see if that scope adjustment was enough. I'm going to go 1 click to the right as well, and we'll see where we're at. See if these 2, if we can put these on the orange, call it good enough. Shooting as good as what I had remembered. I had shot a 5-shot group with this load that was like .66, so that kind of sucks. Definitely want to come back down. All right, well, we're going to move over to the LRX, and with the Varget, the loads you see up on the screen here, and hopefully they do better. Because I mean, that would work, I guess. We're still probably sub. I don't know. That's pretty bad. Alright. We're going to go, like I said, we're moving over to the LRX with Varget. Alright, so we might have screwed up on our loads here. That one was 2841, and that was our starting charge. I used Hornady's bolt data, referencing their oh, what bullet was it? The 90 grain GMX. Wait, I used the gas gun data, so I thought we'd be alright. Starting pretty hot. Our point of impact was good. Alright, so I think we're going to use that load. 3-shot groups look good. We do have an ejector smear on that brass. The primers are cratered. We're probably over pressure, but we're probably going to shoot maybe 1 or 2 this year. So, I don't know. Just to be stupid here, I've got some lap rounds loaded up that were a little bit higher, 0.4 grains higher. Oh, and I'll have to, I didn't set up a new load, so I'll have to, you guys can see the velocity on the screen, but it looks like those 3 we had 2841, 2860, and 2866. So, not horrible. What is that, an ES of like 25? That would work for hunting. And then, like I said, I'm going to shoot this next load. It's going to be over pressure, I can already tell, but just want to get an idea of how stable this is going to be. So this video is going to be a mess because you're seeing the ELD-X, you're seeing the 95 grain Barnes. It's just a mess. But the idea is we needed to find a good load to shoot for hunting season, and I think we just found one. Alright, let's see if we don't blow a couple primers here, probably. We'll see. That'll tell us if we don't, we've got a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so that's good. That brass doesn't look any worse than it did. It's definitely over pressure though. Man, I'll tell you what, the 6 arc shoots these pretty good. But again, I'll show you the brass because we've got a good smear. Those 3 we had 2912 average with a 13 SD. So I've got load higher up, loaded up. I'm not going to shoot them. They're too hot. I need to pull these and come back. Well, I thought about it. While we're at it here, I had 5 more of the 103 ELD-X loaded up because I thought that was going to be the better load. Let's just go ahead. We'll shoot a 5-shot group of the ELD-X too. So again, this video is a bit of a mess, but hey, more shooting's probably better. Like I said, this is 5 shots of the ELD-X at that same load we just tried to sight the gun in with, and it kind of shot like crap. Oh, forgot to arm the lab radar. All right, so we're gonna get 4 shots on our lab radar. And I'm surprised by that. So I apologize for the mess of a target there. Kind of didn't know what we were going to do today whenever we started. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load more rounds up at that 27.8 grain load. And it looks like we're sighted in. I'm going to zero the scope, and that's what we're going to use. All right, quick look at our brass here. What we're looking at here is our 2 loads. So that's the load we're going to end up using. And if you can see, we've got couple ejector smears. Our primers are a bit cratered. There's a good ejector smear, you can see it right there. But then as we moved over to our next load, it really didn't get much worse. We can see our ejector smear there. Our primer and cratering got a little bit worse. But again, if I use this load here, this is 0.4 grains higher. We should be okay to shoot 2 or 3 of these max this year. Wouldn't want to use this all the time for like competition load, but being a hunting load, we could probably get by with it. It's probably a little over pressure. All right, so these are the groups that matter here. This is the one we're going to end up settling on, I believe, 27.8 grains. Shot a really nice group at 0.28, 2855, good velocity, and 13 SD. Also shot a nice group at 28.2, but we're just a bit too hot. This gives me enough room where I can feel comfortable that we're not going to blow up using that. This is our 103ELD-X group. Little disappointing at 0.85. You know, it still would do, but a little bit disappointing with that because I was expecting more like a 0.5 or 0.6 inch group. But the Barnes LRX looks like it'll open up to about 1,600 feet per second, and at 2855 that gets us well out past, well, about 500 yards, which we're not going to shoot that far. Maybe 300, maybe 350, absolute max. So that one's going to be the load we use, the LRX with 27.8 grains of varget. We've got our Barnes LRX loaded up as a 6-arc, and again, if we have any luck this year, that's probably what we'll be using. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a little bit different than what I usually do, and it was a little bit all over the place, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.